Explanation of the scenarios. Before explaining the models, the team determined the desired quantities and reorder points for each local and regional distribution center based on minimizing the total cost, manufacturing cost, ordering cost, holding cost, and transportation cost, and taking into account the lead times for each destination and its daily demands. Using the economic order quantity, EOQ, we calculated for each center the desired quantity and ROP that were set in the controls of the model. Explanation of the Model 1, Local Distribution Centers. This model has 6 sources, 1 for each country, that represent the main manufacturing center in Asia, 6 workstations, 1 for each local distribution center, and 1 sink. There is 1 object entity that represents the shipment. Each entity has a picture and an order quantity property. Logic of the model. In order to respond to the key questions, the model has a Boolean property for the reorder point strategy, which can be periodic, true, or continuous, false. If the chosen option is periodic, then the model allows you to modify the time for the reviewed period in days, else the reviewed period is set to 1 day. On the other side, 3 types of flow can be identified. In this case, we can see the shipment flow that go from the sources to the workstations that represent the 6 different countries. First, the information flow, orders from each country, which are represented by the variables var order. Second, the material flow, cases, which are represented by the variables var demand. And finally, money, which is represented by the variables var costs and var income. For the first flow, each country places an order with a desired quantity after evaluating whether its stock is less than or equal to its reorder point ROP and no shipment is on the way. For the second type of flow, after the order is placed, the respective source is triggered by an event and creates a model entity with the desired quantity, an order. The entity goes to the local center on a time path at a specified transit time. When the shipment arrives at a country, a process increases the stock in an amount equal to the order quantity minus a percentage of damaged cases. On the other hand, when a local distribution center fulfills its daily demand, triggered by a timer, a process decreases its inventory. If there is not enough stock, the process increases the number of lost orders. Finally, the model calculates the incomes and the different costs for each local center. In each workstation, when the daily demand is satisfied, the income is increased in an amount equal to the demand multiplied by price. There are 3 types of costs. First, the operating cost that is charged in the same process as income. Second, the holding cost that is charged at the end of the day, and it is equal to the amount of stock multiplied by the unit cost. And third, the ordering cost that includes the manufacturing cost, the cost to place an order, and the transportation cost. These are loaded when an entity is created in the source. Explanation of the Model 2, Regional Distribution Center. The structure of this model has 2 parts. First, the part that describes the interaction between each local center and the regional distribution center, right side. Second, the part that models the interaction between the main manufacturing center in Asia and the regional distribution center. The regional center can be one of two possible by selecting Miami or Panama in the distribution center strategy property. As in the first scenario, the right side of the model has 6 sources that represent the distribution center, 6 workstations, 1 for each local center, and 1 sink. There is an object entity that represents the shipments from the DC to each country. The sources and workstations are connected by time paths with specified transit times. The left side of the model has 1 source that represents the manufacturing center, 1 server for the regional DC, and 1 sink. The model has also a Boolean property for the reorder point strategy, which can be periodic, true, or continuous, false. Logic of the model. For the information flow, each country places an order with a desired quantity to the DC after evaluating whether its stock is less than or equal to its reorder point, ROP, and no shipment is on the way. The distribution center follows the same process to place an order to Asia, except that Asia has infinite cases. For the material flow, after each local center places an order, the respective source is triggered by this event and the distribution center evaluates whether it has enough inventory to fulfill the demand or not. Based on this, it creates a model entity with the desired quantity or destroys it. The arrival of shipments to the countries, the demand process, and lost orders work in the same way as in the first model. Finally, the financial model is the same as the first one, except that the DC has no income. The ordering cost in each country only includes the transportation cost, and the ordering cost in the distribution center includes the cost to place an order, transportation, and manufacturing cost.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke